How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Crossways. Still in the stadium after that epic match. England beating Italy 2-1 to get to the finals of the Euros. I don't know what to say. Amazing. Tiring. You know, I don't know how they do it. You know what I mean? Especially when they start so poorly. I've always said that they're a tournament team. They seem to play tournament football all the time, and then once they get to a tournament, it's almost like they're impossible to beat. You know, we seem to have a problem with physicality with certain teams. I think Italy's another one. We saw that with Sweden. We got through that as well. We've seen it in the past with Nigeria. We've seen it with the USA. You know, we struggle with that kind of football. But once again, they got it done. I got to say, with Michel Agyemang, and what's that? 3 goals in 4 games now for England. You know, it's an amazing start to her England career when you're considering that she's still trying to get herself going in a club career. Her impact in this team and the impact of the substitutes in this team, in Serena's teams, is amazing. But her in particular, for 19, to come on, and she's just so calm, so composed. We've seen some great goals from her, obviously against Belgium, you know, against Sweden, and again today. Great goals in her position, in her awareness, a link-up play, a hold-up play, and honestly, the future with her looks amazing. So, you know, I don't know what to say. She's been amazing. You know, there's still one more game to go, so who knows? Maybe she might be the hero, the overriding hero, like Chloe was in the last time we won it. And I don't even know what can I say about Chloe Kelly. You know, I'm so happy for her. Obviously, she's a dear friend. You know, you looked that she was languishing in the Manchester City reserves at the start of the season, and when you look at where she was then to where she is now, you know, the decisions she had to make to get away from Manchester City, to get to a club she didn't know where she was going to get to not only get to a club but get to Arsenal, win the Champions League, you know, and then get herself back in the England squad, and then be a major part in England getting to the final. I can't tell you how proud I am of her, simply because the words, I haven't got enough words in my vocabulary to tell you guys how much I love her, how much I'm proud of her, and how deserving of it she is. So, you know, again, I don't know what to say. I'm so proud. I've got to mention the subs. Obviously, we've mentioned Michelle, we've mentioned Chloe, but then, you know, Beth came on. You know, obviously, Lauren James looked like she's got an ankle injury. Esme Morgan started the game. She done very well. Can't call her a sub, but she done very well. And the thing with England with the subs is that they all seem to know that they've got a part to play. They all come on and they play their part, and it's something that is synonymous with the Serena Wiegmann team. It's one of the main reasons we won the last Euros, and, you know, hopefully it can be one of the main reasons why we may go on again and win it again. But it's the attitude of the players coming on, knowing that they can make impact, and they have made impact. And if it weren't for them, we probably don't get to the finals. On to Italy, and I've got to say, they were fantastic. With the players they've got, the calibre of player they've got, you know, the league that they've come from, the progress they've made at this level, for them to get to the semi-finals and like minutes away, you know, maybe seconds away from getting to the final, was a great effort from them. They started well, physical, played some great football. Their experienced players done very well, and unfortunately for them, they took them all off. They took their experienced players off. Bonancia, Girelli, Cantori, them 3 coming off. You know, 3 players that are massive in what they need to be doing. And if you're going to be totally honest, I think the manager thought that it might have been done, especially the way they were defending. The shithousery that was going on, which you'd expect from the Italians. But in the end, it undone them, because England scored at a vital time for them, and then by then they'd made the substitutions and their experienced players had gone off And it seemed like it was just a matter of time after that. But you know, it's a magnificent effort from them. A magnificent effort from them. They're unfortunate. I think there's a lot of work to be done with the Italian Federation in respects of trying to put more investment into that Italian league to get their players, because we see they've definitely got the capability, but they do need a lot more investment in their teams. And we're talking about great teams, you know, Inter Milan, Juventus, AC Milan, Napoli, Roma. You know, they've got great teams with great status, and I think those teams should be doing a lot more for the Italian women's league. So fingers crossed that this might be something that puts a light underneath the Italian Federation and back these women, because they done them proud tonight. They were just very unlucky. It's us against Germany or Spain, nemesis teams for us. I think Spain would be great simply because of the revenge that we can hopefully get on them from the World Cup, but I think that would suit us more because they're a more of a possession-based team, and that might suit us because we do struggle with the physicality and the directness of maybe what Germany will bring. So I think that Germany, like we saw in their last game, how good they can be, how resolute they can be. And with Spain, you know, we're talking about the best team in the world who are now in another final. So it's going to be a tough one for us. It doesn't matter who we're playing, it's going to be a tough game for us. If I'm going to be totally honest, I probably prefer Spain simply because they are more possession based, and we do struggle with the physicality and the directness. And when you look at the amount of minutes that we've played, the players that we're seeing now going down, you know, Lauren James, Leah Williamson, you know, we're looking at players that are really struggling in fitness. I don't know how someone like Lauren Hemp got through that game, the energy she found. But like, it's going to be a real test, and I think that maybe a more possession-based game might suit that team, but it's a final. They know they have to start better than they've been starting, so fingers crossed, whoever we're playing in the final, which is going to be a tough game, we can start well and do ourselves justice instead of dragging the country through this kind of game again. So come on England, you know. So all I can say now is thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Me and Steph will be back after the finals. Fingers crossed that we do it. And then we'll go from there. Take it easy, man. I'm so exhausted, mentally and physically.